Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. So I am doing a updated house tour and an updated fall house tour as well. Starting on my door, I have the reef that I had in my last video. I will not explain everything in this video all over because I did that in the last video. So I'll be focusing only on the new things that I have updated just recently. Everything else you guys can, if it's your first video watching of mine, you can go back to the previous fall house tour, just the video before this one, and see see explanations to some of the things there if you are interested in that. So starting on my door, I put some fall leaves that I picked up when I went. I love to go for like fall walks in a forest just behind my house, which is a new discovery that I have to tell you guys. So I have been living here for like 5 years, and I didn't know that right outside of me, like 5 minutes away from me, is like this beautiful forest. So I've been going into that forest for a walk. It's like a walk type of forest, and I've picked up so much from that forest, and it's also the main thing that inspired the change in my house, because I wanted to have some of those feelings in my house, some of those really, really fall feelings in my house. So all my favorite things that I saw out in the forest, I brought some of it home and I decorated with it. So this is going to be a very nature-inspired fall house tour and house tour update. So I've just tied them up in a bundle and then put them beside this reef, which I think it's just such a beautiful thing. And then I'll go in and then turn out. On this side, you know, guys, that welcome sign I already showed you in my last video. I made that. And going on to there, that's a new table, but we'll get into that later. Right up here, let me go that way. Right up here, I have a farmhouse sign, which is a wooden plank that I picked a few doors away. Our neighbor is renovating their house, so they allowed me to go and pick up a few wood pieces that they were throwing out. So that is also what I used for a lot of DIYs. You guys will see a lot of DIYs in this house. That's what the first thing that I made was that farmhouse from that. And if you can see, it was like a hinge of something, because I left the hinges on and I just literally wrote farmhouse on it with a finger and paint. So I put like gloves on and then dipped my fingers into the paint and wrote that farmhouse sign. We'll go there in a while, but I wanted to show you that farmhouse because I won't be able to get this angle when I'm close there. So let's round up the house and let's go back to the start first. So this is where I'm coming from. That's my door. That's where I was standing, and there's just that part of the tree that I'll show you guys. That's a branch of this tree that I picked up. I picked up this really, really massive tree, and I've decorated with it. Like some of the branches I've decorated upstairs, and some of them are just down in the sitting room. You guys, if you guys notice the big change of the tree in the corner, that's what that is. And then that's just, I've also changed the little bucket down there that keeps my umbrellas, because I've used the other bucket for another DIY idea. So back here, and I explained that in my previous video, I need to fix the spelling of collapsed. I noticed the other time. So let's go back in. This is what you see when you get closer, and that I also won't be able to get as good a picture of it is the tree that I'm telling you in the corner right there. Like that's the big tree that I picked up, and I've just styled it and left it there. So that's what I did over there. Over here, I don't have to explain anything because I did all of that explaining in my other video. If you haven't watched that, I will link it in this video in the description down below, so you can catch up on that one as well. It's very, very different from this one. Going over that side, there's my blanket, and that blanket is like a cable knit blanket. It usually stays up in my bedroom, but in 4 I sit down a whole lot. I sit downstairs here a lot more than I sit upstairs. So I just brought it down because I like use it down here, and the other fur one I moved over to the other side. So walking forward, I won't really explain that. I showed that in my other video. It's remained the same, and that's that. On this end, I have my normal 2 chairs, and that's that on that end. And then this has remained the same, pretty much the same. Nothing has really changed about that. I've also explained all of that in my tour, and that's my door again. So up here I have just added a few more pumpkins. I made more pumpkins for my tablescape, which I'll be sharing with you after this video. The next video will be my 4 tablescapes. So that's what I'm going to share with you next. And then on that corner, I have added one more. I know I collect these a lot. I've added one more tree to that. So that's an addition, a bunch of trees. It's not, I also found it in TK Maxx. Over here, I have everything is pretty much the same like I explained in that video. But down here, there are these 4 plants that are like dried that I picked up, and I've used them to decorate in my house. I'll show you also some where I've used in the corridor and stuff. And then everything else has pretty much remained the same up there. My door exactly the same, and just over here is also pretty much exactly the same, apart from the wheat that I put in that bucket. So that bucket, usually the galvanized bucket, usually holds my umbrellas, but I just stacked a lot of wheat in it because I felt like that would make the house more full. And then up here is just my broom. You guys know I love that. We'll go into the kitchen in a while. And so this, you guys, is my favorite thing ever. Well, apart from the candles and stuff, you guys know I collect vintage candle holders. I'm really obsessed with candles for some reason. So these that little Beauty and the Beast inspired candle I got from a charity shop, and I've just been loving. I'll insert some pictures of it at night. It's absolutely amazing. And I've been eating dinner and having breakfast, tea, everything right here on this table in the morning. I am so excited to actually film my my tablescape because I have so many ideas with this table. I'm also happy that this table is like bigger than the last table that I had. So if you saw my last house tour, and the table was white and it was smaller, and I wanted this size. I wanted like a square type of table, but I couldn't get it anywhere here in Belfast. I couldn't get the exact size that I wanted. So because every table that I saw was longer but not wider, and I wanted, the length was fine. I wanted it just the length that it originally was, but I wanted it wider. So again, my neighbor was throwing out their bed, and we picked the bed. Basically, it was a wooden bed. We picked the bed. I have the headboard, and I'm going to do a DIY video with that maybe for Christmas. But I basically just, well, I didn't, but Michael helped me put them, just basically screw. I will insert a video right here as well of him doing it. So Michael came over and helped me to basically just put the bed planks together. We were short of two planks, so we took these 2 planks off my old bed, the dark ones, off my old bed, and we just basically we used that for the table. We also wanted the kind of like different color. Both of us thought it would be cool. Anyway, so that's how that table was created. It still has the old tabletop, and basically I just screwed these, I just like put the wood, I don't know if that makes sense. I put the wood on top of my already existing white wooden tabletop, and I kept the feet, I kept the bottom of the table exactly like it is, because I didn't want to change that. I like the white and the calm down there, and I also wanted light wood for the tabletop, because that means it's going to be like, it's not gonna overpower and take over the room. And then on that corner, that's the tree that I picked when I went walking. It's really tall, basically goes right up to my ceiling, and that's the tree there. Let's actually go very close to it. It's actually way more beautiful when you're in the house. So down there I filled the bucket with like stones and fall leaves that I also picked there, and all of those are actually real leaves that I picked when I went for that walk. I just sprinkled them all over my floor because I love that look. Again, it reminds me of being out and walking out and crunching the leaves in fall, and that's so beautiful to me that I can have it in my house. Over here, there's a big change. I have those 2 jute sacks that I am using as food storage. So any extra food that I have, instead of keeping it in my really teachy kitchen, as you guys will see, I just use it for decor and keep it right here as well. And then down there, they're my placemats. You guys know about those. The box up there holds my napkins, some of my napkins and my tablecloths and stuff, my table runners, and that's that right here. And my bottle covers. Up here, I've changed it up a bit, so I've put like the bottle in those right here. And then this jar, this glass jar, it's filled with all the things that I picked up when I went for the walks as well. And up here, I DIY'd all cotton stems, so I just put them up in that jar right there. I really love cotton stems, and I'm happy that I have them now, and I DIY'd it. In the jar I already had, it was on top of my kitchen. I'll show you guys that when we go to my kitchen. So that's that side over there. And then the little house has remained the same. What else did I change in here? Going over to this side, I think you guys have seen this view. If you guys can see right through here, you can see one sconce holding a candle right between, just right here. So I've inserted 2 that I found at the charity shop, and I'll show you guys that when we go upstairs, which I wanted to be able to light the whole house up with candlelight, because I just love the warm glow of candlelight on a fall night. That's a new update to the house as well. And then over by the fireplace, I'm so excited and happy about that teapot. I absolutely love it. By the way, that's a real fire if you're wondering. That teapot, I love it. It's like a vintage kettle that I got from a charity shop, and basically I really like it. I got 2 of those. So yeah, that's that over there. Walking over and walking up to here, this is the kitchen. So I think that's all that in there. This is the kitchen, and if you can notice on an immediate glance, I've changed a few things. That plate over there on top of my microwave wasn't there, but I've placed it there now. And then down here, this whole thing here, I wanted to turn the kitchen more calmer for 4, because the farmer's house thing I originally had there, I felt like it was still too bright and it was making the house kind of like seem more summery. So I wanted to basically to change that. I also got all the wood, and I'll go closer to it in a while. And there over the other side is just my coffee station. You guys know that. And then on this side there's a milk and a vintage type milk kennel thing that keeps milk, but I'm using it now for wheat and thistles. I'll show you guys when I get closer to that. And then this is the fresh pumpkin pies thingy that I DIY'd. I showed you guys in my other video. So let's get closer. This is the whole thing. I also got this from a charity shop lately, and it just holds my book where I write all my notes. Here I have a few things that I use, and some are just for decor. That's actual garlic, so I use that, and you know, just a few things I threw up there together. There's those leaves, I really love them. I guess again you've seen them everywhere. And then right up here there are thistles and sticks and just a few things that I gathered when I went on my walk. And then cider spices thingy is that you add that to apple juice, and it's just amazing. And then up there I have like a few pumpkins. That is a real, I think they're called gourds. It's a real gourd. And these are fake pumpkins that I DIY'd. Up there, the little wooden thing holds the garlic that I've crushed, that I've taken off this, that I'm using, but then I can't put it anywhere else. So that's that there. And then those two wooden stuff is just like a pen. There's a pen behind. This one is a pen. The little branch right here is a pen. So I just use it for writing anything in this notepad when I need to write stuff there. So that's what on the other side. This is a gift thanks sign I showed you in my old video, and this is the milk thingy that I was talking about. It just has thistles in it as well that I picked when I went on that walk. And then when I went away to the Moon Mountains this summer, you guys know I got that from a charity shop. I think I talked about it. I don't know if I did a video on the things that I bought, but I bought that from the charity shop, basically on that Moon Mountains thing. This wooden thing that's holding everything, I actually have DIY'd it entirely. It was basically a few wooden planks, and I just put them together and like formed that thing. So it was completely made from scratch. I made it myself. Up there's another vintage kettle that I bought, like up at the very top there, that I bought. And then this is just my drawer. You guys have seen that countless times. And yeah, so that's the new updates in here. Nothing else new. Let's see if we go to that side. So that's looking back into the sitting room and stuff. And up here is just same old as in my last video. Oh, actually this is a new box that I got. It just stores matchsticks and stuff like that, and I just have my dishcloth draped beside it. So back here, table, everything, and then fire and everything. Looking back here, so we're going upstairs now. This is just going upstairs. Here on the London, or just here, I've changed that. That was a jug that I used to decorate downstairs, but I also put a few fall things that I collected from my walks, and I just put there. So I love thistles for some reason. I feel like they're like really beautiful, and they just like look really nice in jars in the house. So just pick that from. And then in the bathroom, nothing much has changed. Everything has remained the same, and I have changed that. I DIY'd the hot bath sign, and that's just the only new thing about the bathroom. Everything is the same. And backing down, backing back over here, this is where I did kind of a change. Again, this room did not feel full, unsurprisingly, because I didn't do much to it. So this is just like a sign that I had that I put there. It just chills there, but maybe I should back off. And I don't actually know how I can show you guys this, but up at the top there, so I have hung some part of the tree that is downstairs. It's really beautiful when you're sleeping in here and you're here in person. I don't know how that will translate on the camera, but so I wanted to make this tree wanted to make this tree branch look like a tree is growing from the outside, coming into the bedroom through the window. And I promise you guys, it's very, very pretty. And then up there, I've changed the drawers. I've just whooped out the whole flower thing, DIY thing that I made, because I wanted it just come with the tree hanging on top like that. Any loudness in here was just too loud, so I just took all that papering out and just left it white. And then up there, like I've told you guys about those beautiful faux screensavers. I think they're called, like, they're just stuff you use to sleep and stuff. They can play for 3 hours and stuff, or some can play for 6 hours. It's on YouTube. And I've told you guys about that in my other video. Anyway, going on this side, nothing really new, just another vintage candle. You guys, I'm obsessed with these candle holders. So let's get out of here and I'll show you. So right when you look on that other side, that's where the other sconce is. And when you light them at night, if you are in this bedroom, then you get the candle light from that and the candle you have in here, which is this one. I light this one the majority of the time. So you get that light when you're in here. And then when you're downstairs, you can still have the sconces on, because it like it lights up downstairs as well, because of the way I positioned the other one. So let's go. You guys know I have like a Titanic themed corridor, because like I've said in previous videos, I live where the Titanic was made, so was built. So on that is a new, I actually did replace the candle, not the candle, the bulb thing, because I broke that when I was throwing stuff from the attic down here. So let's see if I can see both. Can you see, guys? They're at this angle. So one is a little bit below and one is above. That one, the below one, you can actually see that when you're downstairs and you're sitting on the dining table, and at night it casts the most beautiful glow. Like, this house is literally like a dream when you're in it at night. So going over to this room, in here, this is a work in progress. You guys already know about that. I want to change the room around, but so far I've just removed the dressing, the wardrobe there, and I'm still figuring out what to do with this room. I'm not decided yet. When I do, I will like decorate it, and then I will share with you guys what I've done. But so far it's just a TV room pretty much. Yeah, so, and I need to take that down as well, the IKEA drawers that I flipped over. Need to take that out and find a way of like working this TV. I just can't figure it out right now. But otherwise, everything else in the room remains pretty much the same as y'all saw the last time. So that's that. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and I hope it like inspired you to decorate or maybe gave you ideas. I'll see you guys in my next video, and thanks for watching. Bye. Mwah, mwah.